Courtney, and I'm really passionate about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm so tired, y'all. Travel, I'm getting to the point where travel just really kicks my ass. But the past 6 weeks have been so crazy with stress and yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired, but I had something really cool happen um, on Sunday. I went to lunch, I went to church, and I went to lunch with a really good friend of mine after church. And there was just this young woman was working at the restaurant. She was running food out to the tables, and I don't know what it was. She doesn't look like my friend, but there was something about her that just really reminded me of one of my closest friends. So I called her over and I told her, I'm like, I don't know what it is, but and I just said, yeah, I think you're so cute, and kind of chatted with her a little bit. Well, I'm sitting there talking to my girlfriend. All of a sudden, I realized there was a note on my table, and that's why we're talking about these two topics. I usually do these separate, but they're kind of not really long enough for standalone. But she slipped me a note on the table, and it was so tight. I seriously, I got teared up, and so did my girlfriend. So I called her back over and thanked her, and I gave her a big hug. And we actually exchanged phone numbers. I'm going to hang out with her the next time I am in Texas. But the note said, "Thank you. Today is my birthday, and that made it very special. Love, Randy." So I'm hanging out with Randy the next time I'm going to Texas. But it was funny because I told her that was so sweet and it was really touching. And I said, I'm going to go home and put this in my evidence file. And she said, oh my gosh, I have an evidence file too. So I know that this girl is totally my kind of people. So let's back up and talk about reasons, a few reasons, just a few. There's a lot more than this, but a few reasons you should pay compliments every damn day and why you should have an evidence file. Robert Oram said, quote, "A compliment is verbal sunshine," close quote. I freaking love that. I think that is such a beautiful way to look at it. And when we pay compliments, don't lie to people, okay? If you're just blowing smoke up their ass, they're going to know it and they're not going to like you. But paying a sincere compliment, you know what? It makes you happier. It really does. It's going to help you see your own positive qualities. And you know what? The ability to express ourselves and to express gratitude and appreciation, particularly, those are attractive qualities. So, by the way, this information is from lifehack.org and positivityblog.com. Number one reason you should pay compliments daily. Well, it redirects your focus. Most of us walk around kind of beating ourselves up over things all day. Um, Sad but true. But when you pay somebody a sincere compliment, it redirects your focus, obviously. And what's really cool, most of the time when you see the reaction, it's going to cheer you up so freaking much. This is actually one of my favorite ways to cheer myself up. If I'm really down, I try to put myself in a position where I can be around other people, even though it's hard because when I'm in a bad mood, I don't want to talk to anybody. But I'll put myself out there a little bit so I can pay a few compliments. It's not that I want to have a long conversation. I just want to spread a little kindness because of what it does for me. I heard a few years ago, I had somebody ask me, why do you do this? And I said, well, it makes me happy. And then I laughed and said, it's self-serving. I'll own that all day. It makes me happy, but it also makes other people happy. And that's a pretty cool thing to do. The second reason you should pay compliments every day, you're really never going to kill anybody with kindness. I've been a nice person for quite some time now, and I have yet to kill anybody by being nice to them. It's not fatal. And you know what else? It doesn't cost you a freaking thing to be nice. You could truly, one kind word can completely transform somebody's day. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? I just don't get it. Number three, compliments help build trust. Well, sure, we like people who like us, and we all like to be acknowledged. So when you take a moment to say, hey, thank you. Nobody wants to be taken for granted. Taking that just split second, hey, thanks, that was really nice. Hey, I appreciate the help. Hey, I saw what you did. It was really nice of you. You'll be amazed at how far that will go towards helping you build a really solid relationship with somebody. Excuse me. Sorry. I left allergies in Texas and came back to allergies in Alaska. So yay me. Number four, you get what you give. Look, I used to be a really depressed person, and I'll be honest, I won't say that's my nature anymore. It was for a while, but it's easy for me to slip back into that darkness. When I get into that, when I give into that, it becomes really self-fulfilling. But if I instead say, well, okay, today's not the best day I've ever had, but it's still a pretty good day, and also going out and seeing other people and redirecting my focus, I would rather put the positivity out there than the negativity. Well, that brings me to an evidence file. Why the hell do you need an evidence file? Because because we have a negative bias. It's evolutionary. You could have four people say something nice to you, and one person be a jerk, and who are you going to remember? Actually, it could be a higher number than that. Let's be real. You always remember the mean things people say, right? It's evolutionary. Crappy people are more likely to be a threat than kind people. Granted, that's not always inaccurate, but generally speaking, that's pretty true. And research has shown that for every insult that you get, it takes 5 compliments to outweigh that, which is why I really think you should pay compliments every single day. So you need an evidence file. This is the best. I need a new one, and I've said that for a while now, but I'm attached to this one. But I've totally outgrown it. I can't fit another thing in here. But this is concrete proof that I've made an impact. Look, you don't get to celebrate big wins very often. They just don't come around. This is a notebook of my wins. This note from Randy, it's going in here. I have notes from former coworkers. Courtney, you are simply fabulous. I love you. Who doesn't want to open up something when you're having a bad day? How could that not make you smile? I have somewhere in here, I was in Vegas many years ago at a conference, and I was walking through the mall with some of my friends, and I was the only small town girl in there. But I'm just being me, walking through this crowded mall. Oh, hey, I really like those shoes. Oh, that dress looks so nice on you. Hey, that's a great haircut. And finally, my friend from Baltimore grabbed me by the shoulders and he said, who in the hell is this nice? I am. And I told him, I don't know how I started doing this, but now I'm addicted to it because it makes me feel good about myself. It does. It makes me feel good about myself. I already said this. It's very self-serving. I'll own that all day. But you know what? I have in here somewhere a note from my friend from Baltimore. He got home and he really thought about what I had said to him. And guess what he started to do? He started to pay compliments to people. You need to keep an evidence file. Look, it doesn't have to be a cute little notebook with a foil heart on it. You literally, men, keep a manila envelope, keep a file folder, keep a folder. I have a ton of screenshots in my phone. I desperately need to organize, but I have an electronic evidence file when I need it. It's literally just a collection of your wins so that when things get tough, and they will, that's life. You can open up a file drawer or grab a notebook off your, I guess it's not a notebook, but off your bookshelf. And you can remind yourself, hey, I'm doing pretty good overall. Today may not be the best day, but I'm doing pretty good overall. Now, I'm going to circle back to the compliments real quick. Several years ago, I'd seen a screenshot, something about men not receiving compliments. Well, and as somebody who tries very hard to acknowledge the people in my life, that I was like, oh, that's so weird. And I did a social media post about it and didn't think anything of it, really. I put up the post and went somewhere and didn't check for hours. And that thing blew the hell up because our men do not receive compliments. It is really, that conversation went on for almost a week. And at that time, my social media I didn't have a very big account. So the fact that conversation went on so long, it had a really profound impact on me because everybody needs to be acknowledged. And our men are not hearing acknowledgement. Look, I'm not saying men are perfect. Of course not. That's insane. But I am saying most of us don't consider the incredible pressures that men are under. Most of us don't consider taking a moment to say, you know what? Thank you for everything you do. Look, you don't have to compliment a man on his appearance. I saw what you did on that project. I saw how you helped your neighbor. I saw what you did for your brother, your sister, for whatever. But when you see somebody, when they do something that touches your heart, you really should take a moment to tell them, especially the men in your life. Anyway, I could rant about that all day, but I don't feel good and I have a ton of stuff to do because you know what? Being gone for 2 weeks, nobody came in and did all of my stuff for me. What the hell's up with that? Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will be back Monday at 11 o'clock Alaska time. Yeah, I know I was late today, but I'm so freaking tired. I just could not move any faster. Judge if you must. Y'all take care. I'll see you Monday. Thanks.